Today is day 62 of a war that Congress never authorized. The Trump administration started military operations against Iran on February 28th. They notified Congress on March 2nd. That notification started the 60-day clock under the 1973 War Powers Resolution. Today is May 1st and the clock has expired. So what the White House just did was they sent letters to Congress today declaring that the hostilities have terminated, not because the war is over, but because there's a ceasefire. That is not how the law works. The War Power Resolution does not have a ceasefire exception. It does not say hostilities pause. It says the president has 60 days to get congressional authorization or end the military operation. A ceasefire is not a conclusion. The U.S. Navy is still blockading Iranian ports right now. American troops are still in the region on combat orders. And Trump's own letter says that the threat posed by Iran remains significant. That is not what a terminated conflict looks like. On Thursday, Pete Hegseth told the Senate Armed Services Committee that the 60-day clock pauses or stops during a ceasefire. That argument has no basis in the text of the law. Representative Sarah Jacobs, who sits on the House Armed Services Committee, said it plainly. The administration's position has no basis in law. Trump also told reporters today he does not need congressional authorization because it has never been sought before. That is false. George H.W. Bush got authorization before the Gulf War. George W. Bush got authorization before the Iraq War. The precedent Trump is citing does not exist. Here is what does exist. The Senate has now voted 6 times to reject a war powers resolution limiting this conflict. 6 times. Republicans keep covering for a war that was launched without a single congressional vote against a country that had not attacked the United States. And now Congress is leaving for a week-long recess. I want to be clear about what this is. This is not just a legal gray area. This is the president telling Congress the law does not apply to me, and I will redefine words like terminated and hostilities until the constraint disappears. And a compliant Republican majority is letting him do it. Article 1 of the Constitution gives Congress the power to declare war. Not suggest it, not weigh in eventually, declare it. The War Power Resolution was passed in 1973 specifically because presidents were expanding military operations without accountability. Congress overrode Nixon's veto to pass it, and now we are watching that same erosion in real time. If you are in Michigan and you are watching this, your senators have a choice. They can demand a vote on authorization. They can vote to bring troops home. They can pass a war powers resolution, or they can keep going on recess while the executive branch rewrites the law from the Oval Office. I'm running for the United States Senate because Michigan deserves a voice that will not look the other way when a president decides that the Constitution is optional. Find everything you need to at LydiaForSenate.com.